And we are here for more Dokkan Battle, man, after they revealed that absolute abysmal, that terrible, that awful event that they were hyping up. I figured instead of talk about that, because let's be honest, if I talk about that, it's just going to be more like shitting on Dokkan, and we don't really need to do much more of that, right? So instead, let's take a look at something more exciting, which is a celebration concept from the community's own Halvard. And if you've seen Halvard around, you know him as the calcs guy, typically the person who is posting the defensive calcs when a character comes out. So I figured, hey, someone who's been around the community a long time, someone who posts actively in the community, why not check out what he's looking for in a celebration? And let us go. I did look into this a little bit, just because I was like, I wonder what we'll get, but I didn't really think of it too much. So starting off with Part 1 Dokkan Fest LR Super Saiyan Vegeta Daima with a banner unit, reversible exchange, Majin Ku and Do. Vegeta would have insane value, new name, and very common links in teams. Majin Ku and Majin Do would be maybe the most exciting banner unit ever on good categories too. As we go down, I'm going to say how likely I think this is and if I have any sort of like problems, right? Because I think that's just sort of like I think it's like fair, you know? So part 1, this seems like an obvious choice, right? Getting the Vegeta who is, I mean, almost certainly coming, will help out a bunch of teams, and who is expected to be a top however many unit, because he is the other big hype unit from Daima, right? I mean, all throughout the series, all anyone ever said was, let them be adults, let them be adults, let them be adults. And when Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta got revealed in his mini form, all anyone started drawing was that same form, but as an adult. So it makes the most sense, right? It's just sensible. That said, I would like to say that I am not personally a huge fan of, and we skipped forward on accident, I am not personally a big fan of banner unit exchange. Why do I say that? I think the banner unit should be I guess just like both of them on one card, on one side. They don't need to be an exchange. The reason I say this is just because, let's be honest, banner units are just okay. And if we're going to get a Ku and Do like this, I would like the highest chance of an exchange character being very good. Exchange characters seem to take a lot of resources from the team, and we've already seen how sketchy they can be. I would like to keep the exchange ability feeling unique, feeling powerful, feeling fresh, and not already start handing it off to multiple banner units, multiple kind of unhype releases, right? I would like to keep this feeling exciting, you know. But yeah, a part 1 I think this is pretty expected, right? I'd say this is like a part 1 we could all get down with. Part 1, Carnival LR transforming King Goma. Sort of replicating what was done with Tech Broly, starting in base and then transforming instantly to avoid name clashing in the future. I absolutely love this way of making units. It's true. We are big fans of actually getting these characters to link. Goma doesn't do that much as his mini form. I mean, he was just a character that was kind of here and then did nothing until the end, so they'd have to make some shit up. But that's not a problem. Dokkan does it all the time. The only issue is I don't know if he carries enough hype for part 1. If he's like a transforming character. Broly, it's fine because Broly is obviously extremely hype. Whereas, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, right? It's interesting. I don't know if Goma carries that level of aura. I think we're very far away from the premiere of that moment, sadly, and I don't know if it would carry the hype of part 1. That said, I do think maybe Vegeta can do it by himself. Categories real quick: Giant Form, Dragon Ball Seekers. Yeah, that all looks good. He'd help out a bunch of categories that are typically villain categories, things like Giant Form and Terrifying Conquerors, right? So let's go to the easy A's. Vegeta and Trunks would be so massive, especially for the Daima characters. all of these Gokus and Vegetas are on bond of parent and child. Plus, specifically for Vegeta, this is a Vegeta's family buff. Zamasu is on Battle of Fate, Successors, and Final Trump cards. So, while I was looking through this, the thing that made me kind of want to look through, and I don't want to be the guy because Halvard went out of his way to make this. I think it's a great celebration. My only thing is, I don't know if in the scope of Daima, I want them popping this celebration. Let me pause and grab something. Okay, so the thing about Daima is it doesn't obviously have a bunch of EZAs that can just like pop off the screen. What we do have though is a Gogeta here and some other characters like Gohan here who are on demonic power, maybe, who are maybe a little less hype. The thing about 2022's EZAs that I'm really afraid of, and you're going to see this as we continue to go down, is if you do Zamasu and Vegeta here, you completely hamper a perfect Dragon Ball Super celebration, right? And that's kind of one of those things where we're starting to speed up with EZAs. People have said, hey, I don't know if we should do Daima as a 4-character celebration, because realistically, who are we EZAing? And the worst case scenario would be Zamasu EZAs here, Vegeta and Trunks EZA here, and then down the line, they're trying to release like Dragon Ball Super content, and instead of getting like this full team, we now have like a character who could be like months old trying to link with a Goku Black. We have a character who's months old trying to link with a Blue Vegeta. I don't have a problem with it inherently. I'm just saying that it is sort of on the cusp of like, I don't know. And this has nothing to do with Howard, more so to do with Dokkan. If this was a different gacha where, the characters were good for longer, I wouldn't really have this problem. But it's like, once they EZA these characters, they're EZA'd. And wherever the power level is when they're EZA'd is where they are. And because we've never had a global Dokkan celebration, we had the worldwide, but we don't know what their level of esteem is going through the global Dokkan celebration. Is it just like the anniversary? Would these two literally be good all year until the next global Dokkan celebration? We don't know. And that is the only thing I worry about, I think. Because I look at this and I'm like, man, I would much prefer this come out with a Fusion Goku Black, or just a standalone Goku Black, or just something like that. That's just me though. Part 2, Dokkan Fest LR 3rd Eye Goma with banner unit Arinsu. This is why Part 1 Goma needed to start in base to do the perfect link part into the Part 2 Goma, who starts as 3rd Eye Goma. Arinsu as the banner unit as well, thinking of her as a support like Tawa. That makes a lot of sense. I think this is fine. I think a lot of people would be like, oh no, not like a double Goma, not hype or whatever, but I don't know. If we get the global Dokkan celebration, I think we're just getting what we get. So it's like, I don't know, being like, oh my god, 2 Gomas, like, yeah, he's the villain. Like, it is what it is, right? This is part of the reason that I kind of wish that Part 2 is GT. So maybe we do Goma Super Saiyan 4 Goku as the DFE Carnival, and then we do like Part 2 GT something. So either a Gogeta, or we do what could it be? I don't know, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or something, right? And then we do we EZA like the GT unit here as well, and it sort of can fill out the, I don't know, it could fill out the celebration a bit better, because because I think that 17 should be on Battle of Fate, but I could be wrong. But I only say that because like, I just really worry for the EZAs, because as we pull down here, and Arinsu's whatever, but as we pull down here, I'm just gonna skip really quickly, like Super T-War, and then like, oh no, dude, like, it scares me. It really does scare me. It scares me seeing that, because this is set up for such a good movie celebration, and people aren't really getting that. That's why 4 Daima characters in one celebration is scary. That's why. It's not just because, oh, Daima's not hype, or the time has passed. It's because Daima shifts around a lot of perfect celebrations. But that's just me. That's just me. So, while there are many different ways for this character to be made into a unit, I feel going for the absolute peak rip right off rip is the best way to capitalize on the hype. This dude is on a ton of categories too. Yeah, he'd be on everything. Nuking Kamehameha? Yeah, I guess. Why not? They could be a counter as well, because that's what happens. No, I guess you could do the counter Kamehameha he does where he gets hit, or you could just do the big ending Kamehameha. I don't know. There's a lot of cards that could actually be made of this Goku. This Goku could be made into a lot of different cards, so we'll probably be getting many of him. Maybe the most hyped bunch these series is Mountains. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think this is why I kind of want GT Part 2 and not Double Daima, because this looks a lot nicer, and then we can move into something else. Maybe we get a baby here, maybe we get I don't know, we could get a Shenron here, it doesn't really matter, but all that is to say, imagine we leave the celebration with a GT bosses team that is actually functional, and then later down the road we get a full, the mega hype, Goku Black and Zamasu celebration, right? Without any conflicting, you get all the EZAs in at the same time, but I don't know, we'll see. This is the other thing that I was like, I don't know. I hate Dokkan free-to-play units. Everyone knows that. If you watch this channel long enough, you know that I don't like them. I don't want to see the Tamagamis be free to play because it'll just waste them. It's not like Tamagami 3, I guess, is the only one you could say is like has like a truly great moment with him and Goku in that fight. Seeing all three, I mean, I guess this is like free to play worthy. It's just that free to play units always end up so mid. I mean, they're okay, right? It's like Bardock was okay. Demon King Piccolo still doesn't have a team, but people wanted me to believe that character is like OP, and it's like he's fine. There just aren't many places where you're like, I'm gonna pull a unit off and I'm gonna use this free to play character. They could change that. They could, maybe the most hyped Prime Battle EZA or LR ever, as Halvard says, and they could change it. They could make them actually really good. A top 10 LR maybe for the first fucking time free to play, instead of just making them mid, but we'll see. And last but not least, yeah, this is the other. Oh man, imagine, dude, these four characters releasing during like a Wicked Bloodline celebration, or like a Goku versus Frieza, or like a Goku and Vegeta versus Frieza. Just, oh man, it would be so good. Thinking about them getting split up scares the shit out of me. Because imagine like this cooler gets done during this celebration, and then 3 months, 4 months down the line, Metal Cooler gets done, and this cooler's not good anymore. That would be heartbreaking. It scares the fuck out of me. Like I said, no disrespect to Halvard's concept. I think in theory, this stuff works. It's just scary because Dokkan isn't a game where characters stay good very long. There are some rare exceptions, but we really don't know what to expect with the GDC. If say this was like the same thing as like the year 6s, and they were just good for like a year and a half, or whatever the fuck, like a year and 2 months, sure, but if they're just good for like 3 months, ugh. Events, I mean, this part doesn't really matter, I guess. Like, I'm sure there'll be something more events, yeah. Ultimate Clash, more Goku story, EZAs, Goku and Vegeta, yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, whatever the content is. I think it's really good. I think it's a really good concept. I think this would make for a hype celebration. I think it would work. It's just, I'm a little worried. The more I look at this, the more real it becomes. And I'm like, yeah, I could definitely see them doing all of this. But the EZAs scare the fuck out of me. But like, who would I want if not them? Tapion and Minosha are probably on Time Travelers, right? Maybe they could come out instead. Go on a Time Travelers team with Daima Goku and Daima Vegeta. That'd be fine. I really just want them to use anything else. My peak would be them use GT as part 2, get Gogeta in, get Tech Pan in. Yeah, I think so. I think that's me. I really don't want them to use those EZAs just because I feel like it's so perfect, man. It's such a good super celebration if they decide to do it. And it's such a good movie celebration / like Wicked Bloodline celebration if they decide to do it. Doing it now scares the fuck out of me. With all that being said though, just a little fun Dokkan video because Dokkan has absolutely refused to do anything fun in the last like month. So I guess I'll see you next time. Like if you like the video, subscribe to join the club. We all gonna make it. Thank you, Halvard, for the concept, and peace.